Okay, I think I am going. We're just going to review real quick. A couple of you were taking your test yesterday, so you didn't get a lot of instruction on domain and range, and then just a review so that you are set to go for today. And just a reminder, be super respectful of the sub and help each other out if you need help. So we're not going to do this last part. Is it a function? We don't know that yet. So we'll learn that soon enough. But we're going to look and say, what is the domain and the range of each of these six so that you are set to go. The first one is just a bunch of points. And when there's a bunch of points, we are going to list out the domain with like commas. Oh, that's my bracket, my brace. That's horrible. All right, so my domain is the x value. So -5, -1, 3, and another -1, which we do not have to write twice. So -5, -1, and it doesn't matter what order you write it in, and 3. And then, there we go. All right, and then the y values are our range. So 3, oh, that one's really bad. 3, 0, -4, that's not even a 4, and 2. Okay, and so the second one is the same. We're just going to list them out. I wonder if I can do this a different way. Fill in sign. How about this? Oh, look at this. And I can do a real brace. That's a bracket. All right, so in this one, it's going to be 0, 5, -4, and 9. And then my y's are -8, -8, 3, another 3, so we won't write it, and 2. Perfect. All right. So if you just have a point, list out the values for your x, list out the values for your y. Now this number 3 is really similar to that. It is not a continuous graph, which means it's not a line that connects it. It's just a bunch of individual points. So we want to do it the same way, where we just list out the x values and list out the y values. So the x value of this point right here is -4. The x value of this point is -3. The x value of this point is 1. This point up here shares an x value of 1, and then this point over here has an x value of 2. So we're just going to list them out. And then for the range, we will list out the y values. Doesn't really matter the order. I always go low to high. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6. This point has a y value of 0. This point has a y value of 2, y value of 3, and y value of 5. So you're going to list them out just like that. And then we get to our continuous graphs, which is what we learned yesterday. In our continuous graphs, we are going to, this is where, how do I go back to, hold on, tools? Nope. How do I go to writing? How do I get back to this part up here where I was writing so beautifully on it? I want to get rid of fill and sign, and I want to write. Nope, not that right. This right? This right. Guys, what do I do? Why am I so bad at this? Comment? There we go. All right. Okay, so for domain, we're going to scan from left to right. So if we scan over here, we get to this point, which has an x value of -3. And then we scan to the right, and this is the furthest, and it has a x value of 2. So now we have to write a cap on both sides. We're going to start with -3. Our x is going to be in the middle, and then we're going to end with a 2. And we have to think about what are the inequalities. So -3 has to be the smallest. So x has to be bigger than -3. So we're going to have it open up to x, so that x is bigger, but x has to be smaller than 2. So we're going to have it go like that. So the easy way to remember that is that they're always going to be less than signs. You just need to decide if there's going to be an equals underneath, and this is not because they are open circles. For the range, scan down. So the lowest point is this point way down here, which has a value of -5. And then the highest point is this point up here, which I think is 4. So range is going to be -5 as the lowest, 4 as the biggest. Range is y. And then we have to think about can it equal -5? And it can. There's not an open circle down here. It actually passes through -5. So -5 is going to be the smallest, but it can be equal to it. And then 4 is an open circle. So y just has to be smaller than 4. And that's it. All right, last two. Domain on this one, we're going to scan to the left. This is going to go forever off to the left. So that's -infinity. Whoa, that is not an infinity. And this is going to go all the way over to the right really slowly, but it's eventually going to get over there. So that's positive infinity. And we talked yesterday about whenever you have infinity on both sides, that really just means every single number. So you can write out all real numbers. I like to use the symbol for real numbers, which is the double R. The range down is going to be -infinity down here at the bottom. -infinity. And the highest is this point up here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 5. And we're never going to include infinity. So we're just going to start it always off with our variable, which is y. We're going to end with 5. And then we have to decide, is 5 the biggest number or is 5 the smallest number? In this case, 5 is the biggest. So y has to be everything that is smaller or equal to it. And last one, domain furthest over this way is -2. X in the middle. Furthest to the right is 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And it does pass through those points, so it's going to be less than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And as we're scanning down and up, lowest point is right here, so that's -3. A y in the middle. And our highest point is right here, which is 1, and it does pass through those, so less than or equal to, less than or equal to. All right, good luck today. Get all your work done.